Rarely in one's life does one have to use their birth certificate. It's not like a passport that needs to be used more often for various things like travel, financial matters, and stuff like that. A birth certificate is something one pretty much never sees or uses. Can anyone imagine how it would feel if on the occasion that one did whip out their birth certificate, they discovered something shocking about themselves on it? This article might even prompt people to take a look at their birth certificates just to make sure there is nothing suspicious on it. Well, for these 8 people, that's exactly what happened. At some point in their lives, they read their birth certificates and discovered the most stupefying secrets about themselves. Secrets that changed their whole life. My brother is my dad. This one wins first place for obvious reasons. This one signifies the true meaning of a stupefying secret. Imagine growing up with a guy you think is your brother. You do everything together, you know him really well, or at least you think you do, and then you look at your birth certificate. That guy you thought was your brother, he's actually your dad. If that's not stupefying, we have no idea what is. Learning something like this would change everything. Your whole relationship with your brother, and generally your whole life. How does someone even get away with pretending to be someone's brother when they're actually their father? How does that work, and why would they even do that in the first place? We need answers. I'm actually male. Some of the discoveries people make from their birth certificates are unbelievable. This one goes without saying. They obviously spent her life thinking they were a girl, and then they read her birth certificate and bam, major shock. They are actually marked as a boy on their birth certificate. How shocking would that be to find out about yourself? No doubt, anyone watching this is thinking to themselves, I gotta check my birth certificate as soon as possible, and it's only natural. When you hear about shocking things like this, it makes you question your own background and identity. It makes you wonder who you really are. Clearly, this person suffered a real shock when they took a look at their birth certificate. That kind of discovery must take a while to sink in. My real dad is a murderer. It's only natural that people want to learn more about their family roots, especially if, like this person, you've never actually met your father. It would make you curious. Most likely, you would want to know more about him. Well, you know how they say curiosity killed the cat? They were telling the truth. Curiosity can lead to some shocking discoveries some may wish they never discovered. This person probably regretted googling the name of their real father after finding it on their birth certificate. Finding out your father is a murderer, and not just a murderer but a serial murderer. Who would really want to know that? It's not exactly something you can be proud of, is it? This is the definition of stupefying. I'm not actually 18. So far, we've seen some shocking discoveries on birth certificates, but they have all been real. We haven't seen a fake one yet. Can you imagine how tough it must be to learn that your parents gave you a fake birth certificate with an incorrect birth date? When this person found their real birth certificate, they discovered that their birth was 2 years off. They weren't 18, they were actually 20, and yet this person was still in high school. What a shock that must have been! You're actually 2 years older than you thought you were. How can parents do that to their children? It's totally unfair. Children deserve to know the truth. It may be hard, but it's what they deserve. I'm adopted. It must have been hard enough mourning the death of their recently deceased mom, but to also find out that they were actually adopted while just randomly going through her stuff. That's got to be tough. Can you imagine how shocking it must be? You spent all your life believing someone was your mom, and then one day, while randomly sifting through her belongings, you learned that actually you were adopted and that she wasn't really your real mom. It must make you feel like your whole life was a lie. It's especially hard when your mom never tells you that they are not your biological mom. No doubt, it would be a whole lot easier to take if you found it out from her instead of from your birth certificate. I am a twin. Another mind-blowing fact someone learned about themselves while he's whipping out their birth certificate. They're a twin. It must be really tough learning not only that you have a sister, but also that your mom lied to you for all those years. It must really make you question your life. To make it worse, when this person attempted to find their twin, they found out she was killed by a train. What a tragedy. No doubt, this person was furious with their mom for hiding the secret for so long, and especially under the current circumstances. Now, this person will never get the chance to meet their long-lost twin, and that's just devastating. You see, the truth always comes out in the end, and it usually hurts like hell. I was just a replacement. By the looks of it, this girl was walking around with her dead sister's birth certificate for a while because her parents used her to replace their past daughter. That's why they even called her the same name. How cruel. Well, the daughter recently found out all about their little secret, and as you can imagine, she's crushed. Wouldn't you be? The fact is, you can never replace a past child or a past anyone really. Each individual is different and you should appreciate them and love them for who they are. It was totally wrong of the parents to treat their daughter this way, and the effects on her must be devastating. Feeling like you're not wanted or that you're purely a replacement of someone else must be heartbreaking.